Welcome to the first episode of Valorant Tips and Tricks, a series where I show Valorant tips and tricks. Now sit back, relax, and let's talk about the first trick. If you go to Controls, then to Equipment, you should set Auto-Equip Prioritize to Strongest. Now when you run with your knife in your hand and you plant a spike and you stop planting, you will equip your weapon instead of your knife. This could be very useful if you, for example, suddenly see an enemy in front of you, stop with planting, and want to shoot immediately. But here's another trick with this setting where I didn't know about. If you are playing Cypher, running with your knife in your hand, and you suddenly see an enemy, equipping your Vandal, and then shooting takes about 1 second. But apparently if you place your cam anywhere on the map, you could also press your cam really quick, then you automatically take the Vandal in your hand and you can shoot earlier. The draw time is less. In the background you see both examples, both slow down by 50%, and as you see you'll be a little bit earlier if you use your cam first. It might be a very situational trick, but it's a cool mechanic to know about. Now let's go to Icebox, now a OP Killjoy combo. If you play KJ on Icebox, try to use your ultimate in this corner if you want to push A. And as you see your ulti will cover the whole side. Very nice. The enemies will probably run outside of range to this spot over here. They will most likely aim towards the side. Maybe they think an enemy is going to push. But this is all a trick. One of your teammates should lurk through middle, and then get the enemies from window. Since the window on Icebox is relatively new, they might not know about this angle and then easy kills for you. Now imagine it's a 1v1 you're playing against a Gecko and he's using his ultimate. Question for you, what agent should you be playing to win this 1v1 100% of the time? I'll give you a few seconds to think about it, but first I'm going to ask you to like the video, share it, and subscribe to the channel, since these types of videos cost me a lot of work. And now let's answer the question, what agent will win against the Gecko in a 1v1 if the enemy Gecko is using his ultimate? The answer is surprisingly pretty simple. It's any agent that can go to an high spot, a Jet with her updraft, a Raze with her satchel, or even an Omen with his shrouded steps. All you gotta do is get to a high spot, dodge the Gecko ULT, and then kill Gecko just like in this clip. Now let me show you some very cool Cypher cage lineups. The first one is over here on Lotus. Did you know that you can throw your cage over here on the arch? You don't even need the lineup. It's pretty easy to throw your cage up there. And with this cage, you create a nice one-way if you stand in the pit. It's a bit situational though, because not a lot of people will push through here. Now, how many tricks do you know about Valorant weapons? Don't forget to leave your answer in the comments, and also if you knew the following trick. Well, have you already left your answer in the comments? If so, let's continue. Did you know about this Bucky mechanic? You should stop shooting like this. Instead of doing the chick after each shot, you should reload after each shot. It will take roughly the same time to shoot again, but this way you will always have bullets in your gun. I've been playing this game for over 2 years now, and I never knew about this mechanic, but this is how it would look like in game. Something you have to keep in mind is that if there's only one enemy alive, there's no point in doing the trick, because you probably killed them within 5 shots anyway. That's why X-Ray Fizzer went for the normal shots on the last guy. Now look at this clip. Did you know that this was possible? Yup, as you see, Omen was only 7 horsepower. But apparently if you use your Omen teleport to your teammate Sage can heal you, and then you just teleport back and you got full HP. And while we're talking about Omen, I think by now everybody knows this trick, right? Just fake your ultimate to get behind the enemies and kill them. Now a tricky for the players that like to take some risks. On Icebox, if you play Omen, try to smoke middle, then sneak your way to the tube. Because mid is smoked, a lot of enemies wouldn't stay in mid. They will probably walk to this part or even go to a side. And we're going to use that, go to the window, then either flash and teleport or teleport immediately if you want to be extra sneaky, and then go for a lurk to get behind the enemies. Like I said, a very risky trick, but if you were on a half pipe, for example, I guess why not? And while we are talking about risky tricks, here's another one you can do. If you play Astra on Lotus, try to place your star on these boxes before the barriers are going down and slowly sneak closer. Use your smoke and push out a little bit. Now you can do 2 things. You wait here and hope that the enemy pushes in your smoke. Or you place another star a little bit further, use your suck in and push out. And I know what you're saying, yes, this trick is very risky, but especially in those eco rounds it can be very valuable. Now let's go to lamps on bind. You see this plank over here? If you try to throw an ability on this plank like a Viper Q, it will go straight through. That's not very nice, of course. But if you look a little bit closer on the left of the plank, you see a wounded box. And for some reason, even though the plank is not solid, that box is solid. This means that if you aim for the box, you can throw your ability on top of it. This trick might be extremely situational, but it's a cool fact to know. And who knows, you might be able to kill an enemy with this one way. And that's the last trick of this video. Thanks for watching.